Now then, welcome back to the channel. This is going to be another, well, it's not really a mod actually, but it's another tutorial. So this is going to be how to add mini faces to the game. So this could be for plays that you've created for a creator club, like with the recent Berry AFC one that I've done. It could be a player that's already in the game that doesn't have a mini face, or you could just change the mini face that's already in the game that you don't like it. So the example that I'll show you is with Leeds United. So there's a couple of players that don't have mini faces in the game, and there's a couple of players that you might want to replace their face. So we'll use Amari Miller as an example. So as you can see, he doesn't have one, and that's what we're going to be replacing. So the first thing that you're going to need is what's called the live editor. So I'll put the hyperlink for this in the description. Now there's more recent versions than 1.06. However, for adding the mini faces, I just find this the easiest version because you can add .png files, so you don't have to convert them to a .dds file, which is what you have to do on the newer versions. It's free, it's a public release by Aranaktu. Some of his stuff's really good, especially if you're new into this sort of stuff. He's got the live editor, which is really useful. He's also got the cheat table, which is brilliant as well. But for this, all we need is a live editor, so go ahead and download that and unzip it, and then within the folder there'll be a launcher file. It's called launcher, and it's an application file. Once you've already opened FIFA, all you have to do is open that application, and it'll come up with a message that says this application wants to make changes to your computer. Press yes, and then leave it for 2 seconds, and when you're in the game, if it's worked, in the top left hand side you should see that. So that means that it's open. So you can either click these boxes here, so F9 will show and hide, and F11 will open the actual menu. So you've got multiple different things in here. You've got database editor, which is really useful. You've got teams editor, and you've also got the player editor. I'm only going to go into how you add the mini faces on this though. So the first thing that we need to do is actually get a mini face that we want to add. So easiest way to do that is go to the club's website. So because we're doing Amari Miller and he plays for Leeds, I've gone to the Leeds' website and found all the pictures of the under 23s. You could use Snippy Tool, so you could open Snippy Tool like this, press new, and take a snippy like that. Or you could just right click, and in some cases you can just take a copy of the image. So right click and copy. Then you don't have to do it this way, but this is the easiest way for me. I've got an Excel file where I've got a cell that is 120 pixels by 120 pixels. So to do that, you just scale the column like that until it's 120, and do the exact same for the row as well. Now if I paste the picture that we copied into Excel like that, what we're going to do now is make this small enough to fit over this cell. The reason I've done it 120 by 120 is the mini faces have to be that size. So once we've got a cell that size, if you click somewhere in the cell, we can use the camera tool, which if you don't already have this, go to the quick access toolbar here at the top and right click, click customize quick access toolbar, use this to find all commands, and then scroll down until you find camera, which is this one here. Click add, and then click OK, and you'll have it in the quick access toolbar. Click in the cell and then click the camera there, and then just click anywhere, and you'll get a nice little image that is going to show whatever you put in this cell. So if you type something in, you'll have a nice little image, and it'll just be whatever's in there. If you put this picture over it, you can see that it's the same as the cell as well. So I'll get rid of that because I've already got this here. And the idea behind this is we move the image over the cell, and then we just scale it down so that it's the right size. Don't worry about the background, we're going to remove that in a minute. So I'll just move it across. So that's perfect. So now I'm going to right click, save as picture. Doesn't matter where you save it. Now what we do is we need to remove the background, so you want to come over to this website, which is remove.bg, and then find where we've saved that picture. So as you can see, I've been doing a few of the Leeds players here. So here's the one that we've just done, which is Miller. Drag that across into this website, and as you can see, it's removed the background for us. So you can, if it's not done it correctly, you can edit this and go into restore. So if it missed a little bit or it's added a bit, you can address that. And then we want to download it and download, or if we just wanted the if we didn't want to edit, we would just click download there. So now if we go into our downloads and find the image, what I tend to do is paste it into the same area, so I'll keep them all in the same place. So that's the image that we'll now import into the game. So we go back into FIFA and open the live editor menu, go into the player editor, and in this search bar here just type the player's name. So I've spelled it wrong. So you can see Amari Miller's there, and he doesn't have a game face. With the live editor, the Miniface that you see here won't always be the one in the current version of FIFA that you're playing, so just ignore those. But if the player doesn't have one that you've already added, you would be able to click import Miniface here. If they've already got one, but it's not one that you've added, you'll still have the same option, and it'll just replace the one that's already there. So if you click import Miniface here, now if you're playing in full screen like I am, sometimes it'll look like nothing's happened. It'll just close the editor menu and you'll think that it's broken. If you go into a previous window and then in the toolbar at the bottom, you can see that there's two windows open for FIFA now. There's the actual game and this window here. So this is what it's opened when we've clicked import Miniface. Then what we need to do is find the Miniface that we've just removed the background from, double click it, and it'll pull it into the game. So at this stage it'll close the editor as well, and at first you might not notice anything different. So view a different player and then go back into the player that you're editing, and as you can see, we've got the face that we've imported. Really easy. If you're doing a lot at the same time, I would suggest getting all your faces done and the backgrounds removed first, and then you can just whiz through on the editor each player. If you're not happy with it and you want to do it again, go back into the editor, search for the player again, and just click delete Miniface there, and you can do it again. If you click generate Miniface, that will generate one in the same way that the youth players in career mode receive a Miniface, so it'll just be sort of an in-game picture of what the player looks like. Additionally, like I said earlier, you can do this for a player that's already got a face, but you might want to change his face. The only thing you will have to do is every time you want to play the game with faces that you've added, you have to open the live editor. So you would just open it and just press hide. You don't need to leave it open. As long as you've got it open in the background, your faces will be applied. And as you can see with the Leeds players, I've changed some of the ones that were already there. So McCarran already had one, but it didn't fit the sort of format as the other players, so I've replaced his as well. And Lewis Bate was another player that didn't have one, so I've added one for him. So you don't have to do this in career or in your squad file either. If you do it in one or the other, it will edit it in everything that you look at, as long as you have the live editor open. So pretty straightforward. For the Create a Club mod that I've done for Bury AFC, I'll also add a zip file with all the faces that I used in my mod pages, so you don't have to go and find all the pictures and put them in the right size and things like that. All you would have to do is open the live editor and use that to import them into your game. But if anyone's got any questions, if I didn't explain anything well, let me know. Send me a message on Twitter. I'll get back to you quickly on there, or put it in the comments on the video, and I'll try and get back to everybody. But I hope it was useful, and I'll see you in the next video. Cheers.